I reached for it and pulled it out. It was not the octopus. It was a baseball card. So that's where my Babe Ruth card went, Oliver said. I, Nate the Great, say your octopus did not fall down the back of your bookcase. I walked around the room. I looked hard. I did not see the octopus anywhere in the room. I said, when was the last time you saw it? Oliver shrugged. I'm not sure. When I got home from the game yesterday, I pulled it out of my pocket and dumped it on my bookcase with my other baseball stuff. Then what? Then I used my telephone. I called everybody I know. I believe it, I said. And then I went out and followed people for the rest of the day. I believe that too, I said. What did you do last night? I slept, Oliver said. I, Nate the Great, was getting nowhere. Oliver said, this morning, when I went to get my octopus, I couldn't find it. Has anyone else been in this room, I asked. Only my eels, Oliver said. Then I, Nate the Great, must go out and look for the clues. I will follow you, Oliver said. Stay by your telephone, I said. Sludge and I went back to the baseball field. The octopus was second base in yesterday's game, I said to Sludge. Perhaps there's a clue here. I saw Rosamond standing under a tree with her cats. I just tossed my baseball mitt into the air, she said, but it came down on a branch of this tree, and it stuck there. I looked up. I saw the mitt on the branch. My cat can go up and shake it down, Rosamond said. My cats are smart. If Oliver's octopus wasn't made of plastic, they could find it. An octopus is something like a tuna fish, isn't it? I, Nate the Great, do not want to think about it. Think about that. I walked over to where second base had been. I kicked the dirt around. I saw something long and curling and oozy and slimy looking. It was one arm of Oliver's octopus. Oliver's octopus had 8 arms. I had found one. I have solved 1/8 of this case. Look for more octopus arms, I said to Sludge. Sludge and I walked around the field. Sludge ran ahead and sniffed. He stopped. He brought me another octopus arm. Good work, Sludge, I said. We kept looking, but we could not find any more octopus arms. Sludge and I went home. We had to think about the case. I made pancakes for myself. I gave Sludge a bone. We are looking for a purple plastic octopus with 6 arms, I said, or maybe less. When Oliver took the octopus home from the last game, he dumped everything on his bookcase. He did not notice that 2 arms were missing. What else didn't he notice? I went to the telephone and called Oliver. He answered right away. Who did you follow before you went home from yesterday's game? I asked. Annie, he said. And your octopus was in your pocket, right? Right, Oliver said. Thank you, I said. I hung up. We must go to Annie's house, I said to Sludge. Annie was sitting in front with Fang. I am looking for octopus arms, he said. I looked at Fang. I did not want to do that. Your dog will eat almost anything, I said, like second base. Why would he eat glumpy purple plastic, Annie said. He held up a dog bone. There's a third base and Fang didn't eat it. I'm very proud of him. Fang wagged his tail. But Fang isn't perfect, Annie said. That was no surprise to me. Nate the Great. Fang stopped wagging. Annie said, when Oliver followed me after the last game, Fang followed Oliver. I think Fang snatched some of the octopus from Oliver's pocket. Ah, I said. So second base was stolen after all. Fang only took 1 octopus arm, Annie said. And here it is. Annie handed a very dirty octopus arm to me. I just found this in my yard, he said. Fang buried it there. Did Oliver see the snatch? I asked. No, Annie said. He was too busy following me, so Oliver's octopus is missing 3 arms or maybe more, and Oliver doesn't know it, I said. I said goodbye to Annie. This case is as good as solved, I said to Sludge. All we need to find are a few more octopus arms. We went to Oliver's house. Oliver was talking on the telephone. Oliver kept talking. I knew what I must do. Get down on the floor, reach under the bookcase, and unplug the telephone from the wall. But when I looked under there for the octopus, I did not see the plug or the cord. So maybe they must have been too high up. I had to think of something else. Hang up, I shouted. It worked. Oliver hung up. I held up 3 octopus arms. I, Nate the Great, found these. The case is in good shape, but your octopus is not. I know that, Oliver said. When I brought it home, I saw that I had 5-armed octopus instead of one with 8 arms. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. Oliver smiled. What difference does it make to an octopus? 5 are plenty. It made a big difference to me, Nate the Great said. Then I still have to find a mostly together octopus. Right, Oliver said. I said, I, Nate the Great, have struck out, but I'll be back. Sludge and I went to the field. Rosamond and her cats were gone. Her mitt was gone from the tree. I sat down on a log. Sludge sat beside me. I thought about the case. I found the telephone, a baseball card, and an octopus. None of these mattered, or did they? I looked at the tree where Rosamond's mitt has been stuck. I thought about the telephone again, and the octopus arm, those long curling arms. I knew where the octopus had to be. Sludge and I ran back to Oliver's house. Oliver was talking on the telephone. I started to pull his bookcase away from the wall. Oliver hung up. I need to look behind your bookcase, I said. I, Nate the Great, pulled harder. Then I peered behind the bookcase and I saw a telephone cord plugged into the wall. I saw something else, stuck on the cord, with 2 of its arms curled around it. It was 5-armed. It was a 5-armed purpled plastic octopus. The case was solved. I reached in to grab the octopus. R.I.P. The octopus now had 4 arms. But that was plenty. I held up the octopus. You found second base, Oliver said. But how did you know it was there? Your octopus's arms are long and curling, I said. That makes it easy for them to catch something onto something. That was a clue. But I didn't know until I thought about Rosamond's mitt that had caught on a branch. It fell there after she tossed it. It should have landed on the ground. When your octopus fell off the back of your bookcase, it should have landed on the floor. That's where I looked, but it never got there because its arms were caught on the telephone cord. Hooray! Oliver said. Now we can have baseball practice. I will call the team. Oliver made his call while I pushed the bookcase back. Then Oliver, Sludge, and I went back to the field. Walked back to the field. I, Nate the Great, went up to bat. I looked around the field. I saw first base, a tuna fish can, Oliver's 4-armed octopus. Then I saw third base. The dog bone was there, and Fang's teeth. Fang was third base. I gripped that bat. I, Nate the Great, hoped I would strike out.